Testing 1, 2.
I can hear you.
Perfect. How are you? Okay, let's get this party started.
Yes, I'm good. I had to rush home because it took forever to get my Starbucks drink, but I made it.
I'm gonna record this. Can you invite Cara to come on?
Yep, I sent an invite into the DMs.
Of course, my dogs are fighting.
Hey, that happens sometimes.
Hi.
It still says she's a listener.
Yeah, I sent her the invite. Let me try it again.
There we go.
There you are.
I'm in the car, so it's hard. And sometimes I get connected to Wi-Fi's at the places that I arrive to, and then it's like, hey, you can't connect. So here I am. Hi, guys.
How's it going? Hold on 2 seconds. Let me go turn down the other phone because I can hear myself.
I think I need to dose my coffee with some sort of, maybe some RSO.
It's that time of night, so it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Sarah. I'd say go for it.
I have a slight headache, and I would consider it day number 7 of a shitty ass migraine that I've been able to work with. But I'm hoping that maybe doing some RSO might help get some of that crap to go away. I've been doing slightly dosing, like microdosing in a way, and it's been helping keep me at least aware and or able to do stuff without being stuck in a dark room in the bed.
Have you ever talked to your doctor about progesterone?
I actually have reached out to my doctors, my gynecologist, and my regular doctors as well about getting my hormone levels checked. And then my gynecologist was like, we don't usually do that because your levels fluctuate anyways. I'm like, I'm not asking if they're fluctuating. I'm asking if you could check them to see if they're abnormal.
Yeah, time to find another doctor, by the way. So, okay, let's go ahead and start. It's we're running a little behind, but it's all good. It's Mother's Day, so I'm I got a gift today, so I'm all happy. So, happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. And today is our social chats beauty spaces bar, and today just talking about some gift ideas and what we're doing. And I want to say hi to you ladies. And did you guys get anything for your moms or Mina? What are your thoughts? I know you're. I know Karis is a dog mom. So did you get anything today?
No, I don't it's hard for me on Mother's Day, Tonya, because my mom passed a while back, and my grandma passed in 2019, and I try to stay positive today for the moms that are out there and like still celebrate today for other moms, but I don't really do much for myself, or have anything done for me really for Mother's Day. So I think about it more for my sister now, because she has my niece Amelia, who now refers to herself as Mimi, and she's I think almost, what is she, 2.5 now? Kenton, she's 2.5, yeah. So she's starting to be a little person. My sister is a happy mom, and I sent her some love today. So I felt really good to connect with my sister today. But yeah, other than that, I don't generally do too much, but I did spend some time looking for gifts for my sister and haven't picked something out yet. So I wouldn't mind some help from you guys to figure out what we could get her for her Mother's Day, even though it'll be belated. But I'm
Hey,
gonna
it's
do
the
it. I'm
thought that
driving
count,
home.
though. Okay, no worries. It's the thought that count. I think you just put in an effort, even giving a card or just it's the thought that count. Even a hug, and even like a hand drawn card is nice. I think when we get so wrapped up in buying gifts that we really miss out the thought that it's the thought that count.
Yeah, I think today for her and I, it was nice to just have the text connections for a little bit. Am I on mute? Okay. Yeah, I think it was nice for us to have the text connections because we don't text all the time, and she made it an effort to reach out to me after I reached out to her, and it was really nice to just chat with my sister today, honestly, like because we don't do it all the time. So I thought that was good, and I did take a little nap today to just relax, and I slept with my doggies, so it was nice to cuddle with my own little doggos. But yeah, I definitely appreciate the thought of the hand-drawn card situation too, because I could draw one out with all these colorful markers and crayons that Sarah gave me as a get well present. So that gives me ideas now, Tonya. I didn't even think about that.
And it's such a nice gift too. You really think about and what you can do since you're into NFT. Why can't you just mint it on a Tazo or something?
Right?
Draw
That's not a
draw
bad idea.
something, mint it, make it like that, and then if they don't understand the value of it yet, that's okay. But it's something they never got. Someone gave them an NFT for Mother's Day.
I don't know if I'm on mute or not. Sometimes because my husband is manning the mute button while I drive around the curves.
You're
But
still
Oh, you're killing me
I'm
right now.
sorry.
It's a team effort here.
Yeah, it is. We have to work this out this day because I just feel more comfortable driving than riding as a passenger. So I'm just like, hey, I'll just let him man the mute button, and if he mutes it, he mutes it. But
You sound great, but
he just muted me.
No, I
no.
said you sound great. You sound great. I wouldn't
Thank
know you
you.
were driving.
You're very
That's
clear.
good. It's probably because of the Bluetooth connects to the car pretty well.
More than likely.
Yeah.
It's weird. We have
So,
like 15 listeners in here.
really?
Yeah, that's what it says. 15 total listeners.
Oh, nice.
And I don't know where the rest of the other people are, but I don't see them. But we are streaming now live on our website, on our fan page, or group page, or Twitter page, our Twitch page. I don't even know how many other pages we can stream on, but yeah, I feel that the holidays sometime after this pandemic, I don't know what it is. I do. I think it made me stop for a moment and appreciate what I have. It's not about the gifts. It's not about the bling. It's not about how much money someone spent. It's just the thoughtfulness of just reaching out to say hi. I think that's so much more meaningful than it is for me to sit there and say, "Oh my goodness, I got this present today." Like I didn't expect nothing from my kid, right? Because he, hasn't really done well, but now, now he's doing good. since he got into tech. But it was, he sent me a gift, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Why? Because I don't expect anything in return. I just think today is a nice day to honor the moms. But when you step back and kind of like think back about all the kindness and gifts giving and different things, and we went from the country that we all live in, right, in America, we went to let's get as much as we can, let's have as much as we can. And then I think this pandemic just shows you, like, in 1 minute someone can be there and one next minute they'll be gone, and it's not like they can take it with them. And it makes us realize a little bit more and appreciate what we got. I don't know about you ladies, but that's how I feel right now when it comes to the holidays, especially this year, after being in the situation that we've been in for 2.5 years, some people 3 years.
I just try to make
Yeah.
it what it is.
Say that again?
I try to make the most of what it is. My mom isn't really a gift person either. I mean, I get her gifts, of course, because I like to gift. That's something that I do. I gift people, and I want to say that I'm a pretty good gift giver. I try to focus on things that they really enjoy doing, or something that I figured that they might really like. What I got my mom for Mother's Day, and usually people get flowers, like you go get them a bouquet of flowers or a vase of flowers. I got my mom a bonsai tree because she really likes plants, and my sister usually gets her, cactuses or what are the succulents, anything that she can, keep in the house that's small. So I decided this year that it was my turn to finally give her something, because flowers will, they die, but with tree, or like with plants or succulents and stuff like that, I find that my mom can keep them forever. And even if she doesn't, like when she's gone, and if because she's pretty good at taking care of animals, or not animals, but sure, plants and anything in general, she usually is pretty good about it. But when she's gone, we can pass them down to like our grandkids, or it could come to me or my sister, and we could pass them down to family. That's what I try to look for. I didn't just get her a bonsai tree, but I also got her a foot spa, a shirt that says grandma, and then like this big pop-up card. So I'm hoping that she likes it, but we're really not gift givers. My mom's more of, I'd rather see you in person than to be given a gift. We're all about spending quality time together, and we don't get to do that very often. But I try, like today, my brother and I are going to go, they went to the movies. My brother and I are going to go at like 7:00 this evening, maybe around 8 when they get back, to give my mom her Mother's Day gifts. And my brother has been broke, so he didn't get to give her a gift this year, and he's going to give it to her later. But I was like, it doesn't matter. And that's not what mom looks for. She just looks to see you in general.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I think that's the key. That's to spend time. Like what I do is I give my mom gift card for grocery. She likes it that way. She don't want no flowers. I give her flowers. She's like, it's gonna die. Yeah. She's like, so I give her $250, $250 worth of, which she'll take her months to go through. But I'll give her, that's like, that's my holiday presents, or I just give her gift cards for grocery, because that's what she wanted. She doesn't want anything else. It's like, I'll get her roses. She's like, no, that's, you should just get me orchid then. I'm like, okay, next time. But instead of trying to do that, I go to the grocery store and just get her a gift card. Well, actually, I have a gift card already. I have those college cards that I used to use for my kid when he was in college. So now I have one for my mom. And I just, go to a grocery store and put money on there and tell her, hey, I got grocery money for you. Happy holidays. She loves it. She thinks it's great.
My sister like I said, I got my mom a bonsai tree, which I think she's gonna like. But my sister told me that she got her a lavender plant, and I don't know what else. But I'm hoping that she likes both of our gifts, and I know she will. She usually loves plants, so.
Well, the money tree. That's what you got your mom. That's really a good thing to give her because it grows so big. Mine's like 8 feet tall, 8 or 9 feet tall.
I think Cara has one. I believe
Nope, it died.
it
died.
died.
It died. I'm sorry. It died.
My mom is gonna love this, and I don't know necessarily if her husband's gonna like it because it'll get big and he'll have to replant it eventually. But at the end of the day, I know my mom is gonna love it, and it's the thought that counts.
That's most important. And what about your grandmother? Does your mom do anything, or is your grandmother still alive?
I have one grandma left, and she is, she's still alive. I'm really kind of surprised she made it as long as she is because she's heavy. She was a heavy drinker, and she still is a heavy drinker, but she also ended up getting lung cancer because she smoked cigarettes, and since then she has quit smoking cigarettes completely, and the next step is to stop drinking altogether so that way she can become sober. But she is, from what I know, she's doing really good, and I don't think my mom really gets her anything, and if she does, it's usually a card because my family, something about cards in my family, and I know other people are the same way, but I really collect cards, and my mom does too. So like if somebody gives me a card and they write in it, I'm going to keep it forever. I've had cards since I was a kid. I've had new cards, old cards, cards from people that have passed. I even went to go get a tattoo done of my grandpa's handwriting because of a card. So I'm not exactly sure that my mom really does a whole lot other than get my grandma a card and
Oh,
visit.
that's still nice though. I was online looking at all the different Mother's Day gifts that people give to their moms and stuff, and it's interesting how Mother's Days used to be like jewelry or something that like a little trinket, like a little bracelet thing, like the charm that goes on there. I think that was a big gift idea. Is that in
Or charm bracelets. Those are cool. People are still into those, but they're not as heavy into those as they used to be.
I think moms love technology. Don't you think? They want tech. And also digital display. According to Wired, they said that moms, some gift ideas, they suggest that you get like an Aurora Carver Lux HD Smart Digital Picture Frame. It's about $159. Through them, you get $19 off. And then they're talking about like, there's a lot of digital photo frame. When I was a kid, I don't know if you guys bought any digital photo frame or not, but that's another gift idea is you get a picture of yourself to give in a nice frame. But now, because we are in the 21st century and we got Facebook, you can get your mom and dad, grandmother, Facebook portal go smart display.
That's what we got my mom one year. She actually got it for Christmas. She has one Facebook portal for herself, but she didn't just want the one. She wanted to get another one for my nieces and nephews who are like 10 and 8, but at the time they were way younger. So because on the Facebook portals, you could actually video chat on there. So my mom not only uses it as a picture display, but when she would, because my nieces and nephews live in Huntington, which is about a 45-minute drive from here. So she doesn't get to see them, or well, she's living with them now, but she was, when she wasn't living with them, she was video calling them almost every day with the Facebook portal. And I think that was honestly one of the best gifts we could have got her because she really loves her grandkids, and not only that, she has so many pictures. The amount of picture frames and stuff that we have on the wall and the pictures that she has and the albums, I think that was like one of the best gifts my family, me and all my siblings, we all pitched in to get them to help. And then also, I one year got her a photo blanket. I think those are also really good gift giving ideas, like blankets with your photos on them.
Oh yeah, I love that. Because I still like, because when you're a kid, I used to have my grandmother used to make these crochet. She used to crochet these Afghans and stuff and stuff. But now, I like to get stuff from my mom, like pillows with the grandkids' pictures on there. That's kind of nice too. And blankets, little throw blankets that people use. That's nice too.
I bought my mom one a little while ago for, I want to say, her birthday. And it was really sentimental to her because my grandpa had passed a couple years ago, and she was really, really close with her dad. And I wanted to do something that allowed her to have not only pictures of me and my brother and my sister and like her husband and her grandkids. I wanted her to have photos of people that had passed, like my great grandma or her grandma and my great grandma, because I was blessed to be able to meet my great grandma. And my mom was able to have her grandma until she was, my mom is about to be 47, 48 or 49. I can't remember. But she's no longer, or my great grandma is no longer with us. And then my grandpa is no longer with us. So I ended up getting her a photo blanket, and she doesn't even want to use it. She wants to actually hang it on a wall so you can see it. Almost like she wants to put it in a frame, like a big frame, so nobody will like destroy it or it won't get dusty and dirty. And then she wants to be able to hang it on a wall, which I think is cool.
I love that. That's nice.
So I'm back now, guys. Sorry about that.
No worries. We're just about talking about gift ideas.
Yeah, I just remembered like what my mom was like when she would want gifts and things like that, right? So my dad would always have a wish list to shop from for her, and it was always designer handbags, fine jewelry, perfumes, or something chocolate had to be included. So she would always expect a new handbag at gift time, or like a way to go get a new handbag that day. And I'm just remembering how extra she was, man. She was so extra. So no wonder I get extra about what I want for Christmas or what I want for my birthday, because I get it from my mom. So yeah, I just you guys said, "Hey, did you do anything for yourself?" And I didn't think about it, but I ordered 3 purses from a wholesale site to see if I like any of them um to keep. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about those because they're all vegan, they have different straps, and they're pretty cute. So I will have a new bag hopefully sometime this week.
Did you read about this story about the women are selling their like Louis Vuitton, the real, and then buying fake ones in place of it because they don't see any value in it anymore?
Yes, I've seen that.
I didn't see that. What?
That story. Yeah, there's a story about why people, why women are selling their, their brand used purses to buy knockoffs.
That's interesting to me because I've always just bought whatever looked the best in my opinions. Like whatever was nicer, whether it was the knockoff or the original, I was like, "Hey, I'll support either one," you know? Like I was never really too gung ho about whether it had to be a designer handbag or not. But I like selling handbags after I've used them. And yeah, the one I have right now is in really good condition. So I might keep it, I might sell it. I don't know. It's a pretty nice green bag, so I'm pretty happy with it. I've had it since Christmas and I've been using it ever since.
Yeah, I remember just seeing this story. It was interesting how people are not seeing the value of the Coach and the Louis anymore. They want something that's versatile and used, but not paying so much money for it. They don't find value anymore.
I've never had designer handbags. I don't think in the 22 years I've been alive, I've never had a Coach bag or a Louis Vuitton bag or uh, a Chanel bag or Michael Kors or anything. I am very basic. I'm actually into those mini backpacks, and those can get like $80 to $100. The ones from like Loungefly, or there's a store here in the mall called Boxed Lunch. They have a bunch of mini backpacks with characters on it. So that's what I'm more into. I'm not into expensive handbags, but more so funny character ones.
Well, I went through my stages where I just, because where I worked and all, I wanted to have this Louis Vuitton bag, but sometimes when you can go out and you wear a real one, and women be like, "Oh, I like your fake. Where'd you get it at?" And it's like, really? Why would you to me? But I've had that
It's
done to
on
me
the
too.
bag. Not it.
No, I actually went to lunch with this group of women. I don't even know who they were actually. I was a friend of a friend, and women in where I live are very catty if they don't know you, and they just gotta went up on somebody instead of being kind, which I don't even care, because I'm around it all the time. So I was like, oh my gosh, instead of getting all upset, because she was like, oh, that's a nice knockoff. Where'd you get it at? And I was like, oh my God, it's a knockoff? You think? I got it at Saks Fifth Avenue. I better call the store. I work there. Let me tell them. The girl was like, her face turned red. She didn't think I was going to make a big deal out of it, but I did because I just think it's kind of
That's
rude.
funny that you said that way. That's so beautiful. I would have just said the same thing. Like, oh, I better call the store and tell them that they're selling knockoffs at Saks. Like, wow. I didn't know that the stores did that like nowadays.
But yeah, no, I did. I went on and on and on till they all were like, "Oh God," because then it's kind of it's really silly. If something's beautiful, I just said, "Hey, this is a beautiful purse." I don't look at it as like, "Oh, is it fake? Is it real?" I mean, I really don't care. I mean, it's not my purse. I'm just giving a compliment. But some people get a little catty about it. So, but yeah, the handbags are now. I guess it's a thing. People are buying, selling handbags. They're getting arrested. I mean, if you look up selling handbags to buy knockoffs, you should see all these arrest pictures of these people. Like people get arrested, and it's a felony.
Well, then I guess I better not sell my handbag to buy a knockoff, man. Because I don't want to go to jail for that.
Right? I don't even want to
That's
mess
so stupid. Yeah, no, I have my bag right now is a bright Kelly green Coach. I want to say it's like it's a shoulder bag, and I love it so much. Like I love it. It's the perfect bag for me. It's bright green. It has pockets. It has zippers. It's lasted and it's not scratched up at all. And I just tried to order another Coach bag I order from the Coach outlet store because you always love a good deal, especially on a designer bag. And when it's 70% off, you can't beat it. So I got an order that didn't go through and I never got the bag. So I got a refund, and that's when I decided to order the vegan wholesale bags instead, um, to see how those work out. Because if those work out, then, hey, I have another source for new bags that are really cute. So I'm excited. I love handbags, and I love designer bags that are funky and bright colors. And I do collect handbags, and I do collect shoes, and I do collect makeup and all sorts of other oddities. And my husband just showed me a weird video at the same time. So I apologize for nothing because it was funny. Sorry, guys. I'm over here.
No worries. Don't worry.
I just ate some dinner and it's not settling well. So I'm just kind of
No.
like, what is going on with my stomach? But I'm happy to just be chilling right now, honestly. Like, I'll be honest. Like, I was pretty down about today ahead of time, and then it turned into an okay day overall, and I'm glad that we're here together. So thanks for being with me today, guys.
Yeah, I count my blessing today. I call my mom, count my blessing, more, and it's just that it's a day to be counting your blessing, and also for even your mom or your grandma's not here, count your blessing because you can. Do you want to share any good memories about your mom for Mother's Day? Any Mother's Day memories that you guys remember that you feel that it was like that's one Mother's Day made a difference? I want to share my story, but I want to hear yours.
I think that honestly, like, the last Mother's Day that we spent together was probably the most important. Um, because, it was just, I don't really remember what we did that day, but I know it was very shortly after that she passed away. So I know that we probably spent time together going out to lunch or dinner. I'm sad that I can't remember exactly what we did that day or where we went or anything like that. But like, the main memories I have right now from my mom are times when we spent together smoking recently before she passed. Not recently, because she passed like 7 years ago, but it was, we would smoke together, and we would get silly and have some great giggly moments, just her and I in the kitchen at her house, where she would start, just saying silly things and bopping her head with a water bottle for no reason and just being goofy. And those moments were just really happy for us because we had had a lot of moments that were not so happy throughout our lives because we both had bipolar disorder at the same time, and we'd get our periods together and it would just be bad. So we spent a lot of time fighting throughout her life, but we also spent a lot of time bonding and having good times going out to lunch or shopping or just spending time with her and her friends. So I always loved being with my mom, and I considered her my best friend. And it was really sad when she left us, but she was known as one of the best people to know. Um, she was really, really funny. She was really, really just loving and caring and would do for anybody else before she would do for herself. So I love my mama and I miss her quite a bit. But Sarah, what about you? You got any good moments that you want us to share?
Last year was probably the best Mother's Day we had because I went to at the time I was living with my mom, and we ended up having this big Mother's Day party. So we invited, my mom has a couple sisters, uh, two, two sisters to be exact, and they came over who are also moms. So they came over, and then my grandma came over, and then my sister Gwen, who I unfortunately we both didn't really know each other because we didn't grow up together, and now we're trying to make up for lost time. She had just become a mother a couple months prior to Mother's Day, so we invited them over to have a cookout, and we had some drinks. We sat around and we smoked because most of my family smokes. We had a smoke circle, and I'm not the best of terms with a lot of my family, especially some of my aunts, and my grandma is hit and miss with me because of her drinking, but I really enjoyed being able to have all of those women there, and my brother was there. We all kind of just sat down and we talked about, you know, life. We kind of just re- reminisced about certain things. Like my grandma would talk about her mom, and then we would talk about how my nieces and nephews, like my sister is a good mom, and how when I'm they asked me when I was gonna have kids, and I'm like, I'm not having any kids anytime soon. I helped raise my nieces and nephews, and I am good on kids for a couple years. But I am a fur mama to a dog, and without her, I would not be the same, and I wouldn't be. I don't know what I would do without my dog, honestly. But I just remember having fun that whole day. We were there from like 2 o'clock in the afternoon until the sun went down, and well, that's usually what happens. We all just kind of laugh and we joke around and we pick on each other, and that's just what we do. That's We haven't had an event with family since my great grandma passed away, and we used to do family reunions every year where we would go camping, and I mean everybody in my family, cousins, aunts, everybody would be there. We would all be there for we'd go camping, we'd have lake days, we would all have fun. So genuinely being able to sit down with my aunts and some of my cousins, and to be able to celebrate Mother's Day with them, and it not be a big fight, or just being able to go back on things when my great grandma was around. So the peace was held with my great grandma, and now that she's no longer here, we don't really have we haven't had family reunions in years. So it felt so nice to actually be able to let loose again with family, and to be able to put aside all of our differences and our own personal feelings, and to honor my great grandma and honor all of the moms that were in my family.
That's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
What's your story, Tonya?
I mean, like I've had I mean, I got two story actually. I think about in 2014. You have to realize my mother and we never got along. Like I would get so angry when I was around her. Like I moved out at 16 just to get away from my mom. I never really had empathy for what she had to go through as a single mom coming to a foreign country she doesn't know anything about. I never had empathy, and I hated the fact that we were poor. I grew up very resentful of that. So I never really appreciate my mother. And so, but then I would go out of my way and seek approval from strong women because they think they reminded me of my mother. And I only came up to that conclusion because I went and had, I talked to a psychiatrist once every Monday for like 3 or 4 months or something like that. And we came up to that thought. So my mom in 2014 called me out of the blue, and she's suffered quite a bit. She's a multiple myeloma survivor. And I'm very blessed right now to be able to talk to her. I mean, her cancers came back, but she's very at peace with it. No, you don't even know she had anything. But she apologized to me. She made me we sat for an hour, and she told me what happened, about how her life was, coming over here, how hard it was, and that what about my father, and like just really, for the first time in my life, I had this connection with this woman who biologically is my mom, but I never had that connection with her, and I never felt like I didn't. I really didn't. I just couldn't stand my own, mom. But when she explained to me, and she put down her walls as far as being so to look weak, because she didn't like people to know that she's human, that she's weak or like anything. She's always like telling us, if you want to do something, just do it. Don't think about it, just do it, get your stuff done. She's always put these work ethic for us, like, do this, do that, make sure you be kind, all kind of stuff. But I never felt that connection to her until 2014, when she called me on Mother's Day, and kind of like she told me how she felt, and that changed me so much, that because her apologizing made me want to apologize to her too. And she was just like, no, let me apologize to you. You deserve for me to apologize to you before it's too late. And she did. We spent an hour. She spent an hour apologizing. And instead of me trying to like cover up and trying to like, make it uncomfortable, like I felt uncomfortable her apologizing, I kind of accept her apology. And I really connected with my mom. And I think that changed us how we are to each other today. And so that's my Mother's Day story. I just, on Mother's Day, to have my mom call me, and then now she's still around for us to, be able to talk to her. I am very grateful for that. And all the things that I think that she did me wrong, all the different things that we have had, the angry, the name calling that I used to call her, all that just disappeared. And I just have this gratitude for I was able to love my mom while she's still alive. I think that's the thing. When you don't have like closing something with your mom, like forgive them or like accept them or forgive them or they forgive you. When you don't have any of that stuff and you're kind of like holding on that grudge because you felt that you weren't told love enough or you weren't hugged enough. And then you look at all that and you see the bigger picture. That's your flesh and blood. And that's the one person that carried you and took care of you when you were a child. And whatever the difference is as you get older, you got to look past all that because that's your mom, So that's how I see it as. It's so important to be acceptance. And another thing is, accept your mother's love. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's like, hey, I deserve my mom's love. She loves me because she's my mom. There's a lot of people out there that don't have that love, that seek that love, that seek that approval, but they'll be so strong and hateful toward their mom sometimes because they think that their mom didn't love them enough. Maybe their mom didn't love them enough, or maybe their mom was fighting demons themselves. But to get past all that, you have to forgive your mom. And I think once you learn to forgive, I'm not saying to forget. I'm saying just to forgive your mom for all the bad, good, and it's for yourself that you forgive. It's for yourself. So, by accepting my mother's forgiveness and me forgiving her, made me realize how I'm a much better mom because I'm not holding on the grudge of yesterday years, that I didn't get this, and I'm like saying, the competition of your siblings might have gotten more because they were, for me, my siblings got more attention because they were boys, I was a girl, so I was the only girl, so it was harder for me to try to like get, always seeking that love from my mom. I always thought that she didn't love me enough, but really she just felt I was strong enough to be on my own, that I was strong enough that she didn't have
That
to worry about me.
that sounds like what I grew up with. I'm the only, or I have a sister, but they were way older than me, and I grew up with two brothers that were close in age. But between my two brothers, I felt like my two brothers got treated better than I got treated. I felt like my mom was a lot harder on me than my brothers were. And for a long time, I held a lot of uh, like a deep grudge against her because I felt like she didn't love me in a way. So, I mean, honestly, I think what you're saying, one, will help you move forward in life, but two, I think it also goes for just anybody in general. Not just your mom. Like I said, my grandma she's pretty much losing her life. I mean, she's still got some good years, but she's fighting her sick, her with lung cancer and the alcohol abuse, and she's fighting. She's having a hard time, and I'm not sure when she's gonna pass, and I'm not sure how much longer I'm gonna have with her. And for a long time, I held the biggest grudge against her. I hated her, and that's a strong word, but that's how I felt. I felt like I hated her, and I was so angry at her, and I took my anger out on her when really I wasn't just so angry at her. I was angry at the situation itself, and I was angry at my mom, and I was angry at my dad because it wasn't just my grandma. it wasn't just my grandma's fault. It was also, everybody else is at fault for it too. But I learned that, I have to let that go because she's the only grandma I have left. And I don't know how much longer she's going to be around. And when she does pass, I don't want to regret not having the last moments with her. I don't want to regret holding a grudge for most of my adulthood and then going and losing her and not realizing how much I had before I lost it.
I'm so glad you said that's so true, because you only have one journey. Um, and that's why you have to like, and then you're right. It's not just by your mom. It's by anyone you become friends. No, and the only way and if you're able to get past that, forgive the person, it's the only way you can get past all that. It's only what you'd give forgiving for yourself, not for them.
I agree. It makes you wonder and realize that, you only have, like you said, you only have one life. You have you have multiple chances, but you only have one chance to be able to make everything count. So why use it holding a grudge on people that you could just, and I know it's really hard. I'm not, like you said, it's not, you shouldn't forget what they did. You should never forget what they did. You should just learn from it. One, you should learn not to do it yourself, and two, you should learn to notice that, people make mistakes, and people make multiple mistakes, but at the end of the day, it's really about what you decide, how much chaos you decide you want in your life. You make that decision. So you get to choose whether or not you want to hold that grudge. And I wasted years holding grudges against people, and I hate it. But at the end of the day, I'm learning, and I'm a human myself. I make mistakes, and I'm growing as I go by listening and forgiving and not forgetting, but forgiving and moving forward, because we only have one chance to do it right.
So Sarah, that's so incredible that you say that, and it's so true, because we only have one journey, and you're like in your 20s, but for you to be able to say that, that's wonderful, actually. I wish I was there when I was in my 20s. I think for me to survive back in my 20s, I had a lot of hate in me.
I grew up having a lot of hate in me, honestly. I went through a lot of stuff with my family, and it I want to say it shaped me into the person that I am. But in a way, I think I just shaped myself into the person that I am. I don't think that the actions that my family or other people took made made me the way that I am. I think the way that I handled it and the way that I learned to grow about it was the reason why I am the way that I am. I want to say wiser than most 20-year-olds. I want to say that to I have more advice. I'm more open to anything. I'm open to be able to have communication with people that are, they've hurt me. I'm open to have those conversations. I'm tired of living with regret, and I'm tired of living with guilt. And my New Year's resolution was to go into this year not hating anymore, not having a grudge anymore, and to not look at life like it's the worst thing in the world. Like I said today, I've had a rough couple of weeks, and I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life that would cause me to have so much hate and anger, but I don't think it solves anything. It doesn't do anything but keep you in that same realm. And I'm trying to move forward and not move backwards. I don't want to move backwards and to one day, I might be 30 something in a couple of years and end up looking back and realizing, why did I do that? Why am I being so stupid? Why was I not having this relationship with this person? Because, yeah, they might have been childish and they might have done this, but they're not always going to be there. And I don't want to regret that. I don't ever want to regret not living.
Yeah, when you carry that resentment, it's you're carrying the baggage and it's hurting yourself. I used to be like that with this whole group of friends that broke my heart. And, it's it was back in 2008, right? And it took me years to get over it. But then one day I kind of like, why am I hanging on to this grudge? Why am I hanging on to this? And I let it go. Doesn't mean that it's like I don't need to have dinner with these people anymore. But I need to like let it go. I should not hang on to this anxious anxiety of what they did or how this invisible hurt felt like.
I'm sure, Cara, I'm sure you feel the same way that we're feeling. You've had people that you've felt resentment or hate or grudges towards people, and then I don't know, have you felt like looked back and been like, why did I do that? Why was I so stupid? And then I'm still learning.
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, oftentimes when it comes to grudge holding, I will hold the grudge for a little while and then I'll forgive in my head and allow that grudge to fizzle out on my end. But usually the other person is continuing to hold their end of the grudge. And I end up losing friends for the long term because of that. So I have forgiven people for holding a grudge or for being disrespectful or stealing or so on and so forth. But like, I generally try to stick to my boundaries when it comes to forgiving people that have done me wrong. But I just think that for me, like with my mom, like we had problems the year before she died and we were able to forgive each other and become closer than ever before. And I'm so glad we had that moment of forgivingness because we were able to have bond even more in the last 6 months of her life. So it was great to have that bonding moment. And I really loved her throughout my whole life. And I just, I'm so glad we got to have that last 6 months after her open heart surgery in 2014. So, yeah, I helped her recover. And then she ended up having a diverticulitis attack that ended up causing her to go septic and pass. So it was really disfortunate that she passed that way.
But you had a chance to come together with her, and that's the most important thing, because what if you didn't have that opportunity? You'd be going through your journey with that missing in your heart, and so it's sad what happened to your mom, but also celebrate the fact that you guys connected and bonded. Just like myself, like I said, I am so grateful that I'm able to talk to my mom. I'm able to see her. I'm able to hug her. I'm able to tell her I love her, and those are the moments that then I think back about other things too. So I have gratitude. Like I have gratitude for having both of you ladies. We're gonna do some great things together. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun along the way. And the fact that we're sharing each other's stories just means a lot for me. And we're streaming it and we're recording it.
I hope that whoever is listening to these, even if they're my age or younger or older, I hope that they kind of take something from what we talked about today, and they also maybe you guys are. So when I was a kid, I grew up with two moms. And unfortunately, I was in stuck in a child abusive relationship with my biological dad. And I have a good relationship with my biological mom. But at the time when I was a kid, I grew up with my biological mom's brother, which was my uncle. And he was married to a woman who raised me my whole life. I mean, I lived with this woman, me and my brothers, we lived together up until I was about 18. She raised me. I still had a good relationship with my biological mother, and I still do. I have a great relationship with her. But I was blessed to have two moms in my life. And today I still have a grudge against the one, not my biological mom, but I wouldn't say so much of a grudge because I've forgiven her, but I'm still angry at her because of the decisions and the choices that she's made as an adult now. She's very childlike, I will say. But right now she spent the past couple of days in the hospital because she has open wounds on her legs that are so bad that we're afraid that she's going to lose her leg. And I'm realizing now as a 22-year-old that I'm being stupid and not listening and holding a grudge. I have moved forward with some people, but I'm still learning to move forward with other people. But I realize that I'm being stupid. And so tomorrow I am going to go to the hospital with her and I'm going to take her a Mother's Day gift. And I just want to sit down and have a heart to heart with her because I'm tired of holding a grudge and feeling hurt over it because I'm sure she's feeling the same way. So I'm hoping anybody who's listening, anybody who's feeling the way that I'm feeling, even if it's not their mom, that they're able to move forward and do the thing that I'm doing and being not only the bigger person, but being able to let go of that grudge and move forward.
Sarah, I just want to reach out and hug you. I mean, like, I just like hearing the way you just, I'm so proud of you and do it. I think it's a wonderful thing and it will give you so that then your next journey will be so much more wonderful and also opened and it's also gratifying too.
I really hope it brings peace, not only to me, but to her, because I know I like I said, I've lived with her my whole life and I know her up and down and she knows me up and down. So I'm sure she knows I'm hurting. She knows I'm angry, but I know she knows that I'm hurting. Just like I know that she's hurting. And I'm hoping that tomorrow we'll be able to move forward in a sense that will keep us one. We won't be the same. We will never be the same. Things have been said that have, you can't take back. But I can at least remember that it happened and I can move forward.
I love that. And my friend is here, Evie. I gave her the mic. I'd love for her to say hi and to see how her Mother's Day is doing. She's getting into NFT too. Cara, we should do an NFT thing together too, by the way.
We should, because I'm still.
You know, the three of us should make NFT for our shows. I could make NFTs out of the videos I make. But,
Okay, cool.
I can put it in the contract and we each have our wallet. That would be kind of fun, right?
I think that's not a bad idea, Tonya.
Why not? I'm already making
Dogs
it.
barking.
Don't worry, mine's passed out asleep because they got tired of barking to each other. So, hey, how are you?
Hey there. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Oh my God, it's been like how many years since I've heard your voice?
Probably just a year.
Has it? No, I think it's been longer than that.
No, it was
How you been?
just a year. Oh,
Has it been a year?
I'm okay.
Boy, I love your post on about NFTs and stuff. Wow, they were really.
Oh,
It'd be an ebook.
Respond-
I was like,
responding
damn,
to Chris.
she's giving away this free. And then thank you for including me.
Oh, of course. And the funny thing is I was removed from a moderator team because I didn't know enough about NFCs.
What? Oh my gosh. So these are my two co-hosts. I want so Eva and I used to work together. We were this one the early day before I actually because I said I was going to do this, and I'm going to have this website for every show I'm going to do. It was a lot. I think I scared her, but this is what we did, and now I'm doing it. So I built a beauty.space beauty.socialchats.co. I'm going, it's so long. Then I'm gonna get the different domains for it. So, but we're creating like this on Sundays. We get together and we talk about all kind of stuff. I really enjoy it.
Cool. Yeah, because I saw it going, and for some I thought it would be music. So I thought, well, I'll finally go in and see what music she plays because I haven't listened to any of your music things yet, Tonya.
Oh no, I was just testing out if I because I'm playing with the analytics, so I was just testing out the NFT music. But then what it was, I guess that's how you found me because I think certain things, Twitter Spaces show people a certain thing. But so
Yeah.
I just from my desktop, I just logged into it, into the space with that account just to see what it does.
Now
And then you popped in.
I have you flagged. Every tweet you make, I get a note. It's my list. So
Oh my God, I feel like we need to do a show together or something.
so every time you, I see all your tweets. If I have time to click into that, because there's that block of these people have tweeted or whatever. So if I click into that, I see your tweets, depending on how busy I am.
Very organized. I'm not that organized. I get up. If I see it, I see it. I don't. So every time I hear something, I'm all excited because I didn't know about it. So, but how was your Mother's Day?
It's good so far. Just I took my granddaughter out to get her mother something for Mother's Day, so we spent a little time together. But otherwise, not a whole heck of a lot going on.
Yeah, we're actually finishing our space. So Cara and Sarah and I, the three of us, we host this beauty space bar. We got some guests coming up, ladies. I got someone for aromatherapy, and then I got Sandra Lopez. She's gonna come up and talk about skincare. And then I have someone that she said that she'll come. I have to get her on the calendar. Talk about like microblading. I don't know if it's even a thing anymore. I don't even know why it's a thing anymore. I feel like we went on like
Around.
I didn't know it was still a thing.
I don't know anymore, but it's a thing for her. She's busy.
People are still doing microblading a lot. I see it all over, and people are talking about the benefits and stuff. And now, people are really into brow lamination. So maybe we should do a section, like a talk about that. So
Yeah, that's what she teaches.
so like yeah, that I heard that's like the thing nowadays. Girls are liking feathery brows. So so people are going to get laminations instead of tattoos.
So weird. The Brooke Shield, and then the funniest thing is I saw Brooke Shield with these weird looking eyebrows. Not weird, but that look like the eyebrows she had when she was a kid. But I've seen her without eyebrows like that because as you get older, your eyebrows get thinner. I don't care. I mean, it's just a science. So, but now she has her old eyebrows from when she was in the 80s when she wore her Calvins. So maybe that's what she had done.
I think honestly, I'm thinking the brow lamination trend is actually a lot. It looks more natural, and I think it looks pretty good on. I've seen a lot of ladies. I don't really do anything with my brows. I really need to go get them shaped again because I'm quite hairy. Like I almost have a unibrow. It seems, which I should definitely go do it fix. But I really have been enjoying watching the process of brow lamination because I've seen videos of people doing it. So I think that's kind of I like that they're more natural and flowy, and I would consider my brows to be very thick. And if I use like a brow gel, I could probably get the feathery look myself.
Yeah, you got to do the before and after for us. Like I have I think your eyebrows follow you based on the season of your age. I feel, because like I look at some of my clients as they get older, the lines, the eyes, the brows are like very thin and very more like a line. And if they don't have good hand movement, their eyebrows are all over the place. So you look at their age aspect, but then I noticed that the generation changes, but yet it's kind of like the style is the same. Like the thin pointy eyebrows has always been in clean, but now I think the bushy 70s eyebrows are coming back.
I've seen a lot of new eyebrow styles recently, and I think I looked at an article where they have the lightning eyebrow, where they somehow make the lines look like a lightning bolt.
Mhm.
There's a scalloped eyebrow where they're doing like almost like a fencing look. Like, what I'm talking about, the scalloped fencing or the little concrete fencing.
So if we get you like to get somebody to do your eyebrows, would you do it? Would
No,
you do eyebrow laminates?
no, I would not, because I'm very lucky that I even have eyebrows with my hair pulling disorder. So like my eyebrows are actually pretty nice the way they are. I put some brow gel on them and or some powder. I'll change the color of my brows with eyeshadow powders when I change my wig colors. So I just generally do funky eyebrows with the different colors, but other than that, I don't really do anything with the shape of the eyebrows. I don't really like the fluffy eyebrow look on myself. I like the thinner look, or the just the natural shape of my eyebrow right now is pretty nice. But I've done some really good looking eyebrows in the past. And if I scrolled far enough back through my camera, I could post some throwback looks on my Twitter here. But yeah, I'll find something to post that's pretty sexy. I'm pretty sure of it. I had some
Yeah,
good looking
you've
eyebrows.
been posting some hot pictures and snippets.
Yeah, I don't do too much makeup anymore. So when I do it, I want to take a lot of pictures and stuff, and I've been feeling good about myself lately because I lost like 20 pounds. Yes, it was from being manic. No, I don't care. I mean, that's pretty much just the gist of it now, is that I'm pretty much just happy with the way my body looks. I wear crop tops and high-waisted leggings most of the time with a hoodie on top and some sandals that Sarah gave me. I'm wearing those right now, Sarah. I love them. Everybody's complimenting them. Every time I wear them out, I get a compliment on my shoes. So thank you for that. We match, by the way. Sarah and I have matching sandals. So
Yeah, I love them too because they're super fuzzy and soft, but they don't make my feet all sweaty.
yeah, they don't make my feet sweaty either. They're just super comfortable and they're airy, so they don't sweat very much. But
See, only girlfriends can buy gifts like that. Could you imagine if a guy buys a gifts like that for you?
right?
I don't see that happening.
I don't either. Yeah, no, my husband's not really a gifter, so I gift myself, and my friends and I gift each other and stuff like that. So yeah, I used to be able to do more gifting. Um and then yeah, I haven't done it recently for some reason. But I'm sorry. I am so beyond a little bit baked right now. Like I ate a
Well,
cheese.
I think we should go then.
Yeah.
It's
Like
so
I
cute.
ate
She's
a
like, it's been a long day.
cheesecake and it's kicked in. I thought it would take like an hour or so, and I think it did because I think I ate it right before the show. So yeah, it's like I
We've
forgot.
gone past the hour, so
Yeah.
it's telling us it's time. So
Yeah.
on
So
that note, ladies, have a great week. I will let you know about the eyebrow laminating. I'll ask Vanessa. Let's see if next Sunday would be a good day for her. Because I have to like do the test run on the Twitter space because people are terrified of Twitter for some reason. But I had to do a test run on her just to make sure that she knows how to use it. But yeah, I can get a guest on next week.
alrighty, that sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me too. I'll be here and ready for it. So happy Mother's Day to everybody, and thank you again for sharing space.
Thank you. Bye, Evie.
Bye.
See you guys. Have a good Mother's Day and a good rest of your week.
Same to you.
Bye, everyone.